Hello, hello. Oh, baby! Thank you! And I beat Frank.
Oh my god! Jesus, what the mic? Oh my god!
2, 1. Hit that shit, bitch!
Oh, well, a lot of my...
Howdy doody, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Howdy.
Good day.
Hello.
Top of the morning to you.
Sure.
Aloha, bro.
Okay.
Greetings and salutations.
Yep.
This is a completely inappropriate podcast, everybody. I'm Anthony along with...
Frank.
How you doing, Frank? I'm okay. So what's up with you, man?
Oh, nothing much. Just sitting here recording an episode.
Yeah, so I've noticed you haven't lost any weight lately.
Oh.
What am I fooling?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Why haven't you lost weight? What the fuck's going on with you? You were on a weight loss journey, and it seems you have gained weight.
Yes, I have.
You're going the wrong way.
I am.
Fix it.
I'm like, fuck. I'm such a shitbag.
To be fair, I have not gone down any either since after the wedding. I think I've put on 10, 15 pounds since before the wedding.
Yeah.
But I happen to like my weight.
Uh-huh.
So what are you going to do about it, man?
Well,
I'm worried about you.
no.
I don't want you dying by the time you're 32.
See, because I'm barely going to be 25.
Oh, I'm so happy you had to clarify that. All right, Mr. 25.
Yeah, because
What's going on?
No, because see, it's my mentality, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you know, after the wedding, I was like, yeah, I deserve this. So you know, I ate like a normal person, and then I went back to my
Yeah, but normal for who?
for people.
Normal for overweight people, maybe?
No, like, well, anyways, what happened? Yeah, so then I went back to it, but then I was like, well, I can have some of this because, you know, I'll lose it. And then again, and I'm like, yeah, I'll lose it anyways. And then I was like, fuck, I can't do this anymore.
Because you weren't doing anything to lose the weight. You can't give yourself treats without earning it. You should earn the treats
because
first.
I was doing what I was doing, but I was telling myself, no, it's okay, I'll lose the weight.
Well, that's a reverse order in which you should be thinking, though. You should be like, okay, I lost the weight, so I can do this.
Yeah, because
like if you feel like you did an extra mile that day, then maybe you deserve an extra little chocolate kiss or something. It doesn't mean you go and buy a fucking Hershey's bar.
Because see, I'm the type of person that'll do a thing once, say, okay, cool, now I know how to do it. And then just
Forget
leave
about it.
Yeah, just leave it aside. Just fuck that shit. And then eventually come back to it. And sometimes I come back to it and I completely forget how to do that one thing. But no, it's just a...
Consistency matters, man.
Yeah, it's just a matter of mentality. That's all it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you don't have a good one.
No, I do. It's just I'm too confident in myself. I'm like, yeah, don't worry. I'll lose the weight.
Okay, so that's your downfall. Let me tell you about mine.
Okay.
This podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to do it anymore.
Okay.
Why are we continuing this madness when we have very little listeners and very little feedback from people?
Because you said you would give it 5 years.
Yeah, but
What?
that was when I thought you would be trying harder.
Well, I am trying. It's just, you know, like we said in the last episode, we both had the idea of having registered nurses. I wanted to get with that doctor that was trending on TikTok.
Well, you were supposed to be setting all these things up, and then you just stopped.
Yeah, because I keep getting fucking blocked or no responses.
Well, be better.
Okay, well, how about next time you get a guest?
Because the whole point is that I have a full-time fucking job with a side business I'm starting along with this podcast and 2 other ones that I never fucking got off the ground. I got shit to do. I'm sorry, how do you spend your day, Mr. Spider-Man?
I spend it searching topics for the podcast.
memes.
Yeah.
You're a meme hunter on your fucking cell phone scratching your balls all day. I bet your screen fucking has streaks from all the fucking nad cheese you got on there.
No.
Fucking scratching your nuts and then going to call somebody. You're fucking sniffing your own crotch all fucking day looking at memes.
I don't call people. I
You
text
nasty.
people.
Fuck, even worse, you've just got piles of fucking dick snot all over your phone. You fucking sick bastard. I did mention we are the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. Just in case you're offended by any of these terms. Find another one. Jesus, fuck off. Why don't we have any listeners, Frank?
Because you tell them to fuck off. That's why.
No, you love it. You know you love it. You're masochistic.
That's why they
bastards.
come back for more.
We're a couple of sadists just talking to a bunch of masochists. That's all.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm the sadist just talking to masochists. You seem to like the torture that I put you through. Anyway, Frank. So what's going on with... I've missed the last couple episodes of WandaVision. What's going on there?
Oh, it's over.
What?
Yeah.
For real? The season finished?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, then I'll watch those and we'll talk about it next episode. What else is going on? So we've got all these fucking sequels coming out, all these remakes. You got... Was Mortal Kombat coming out with something too?
Yeah, in April.
There's Mortal Kombat, Justice League.
But Coming to America 2 came out.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
You watched it yesterday?
Yep.
Damn, it just came out. You wasted no time. You should have hit me up. I would have watched it too.
Well, it was already late, and I'm like...
Dude, I've been passing out by like 8:30. I have no energy.
It was late for you, I should specify.
It was late for me, yeah. I'm an old man. Fuck off, dude. I'm up at 4 o'clock every fucking morning. I might as well live in a retirement community already. Yeah. I wake up at 4 and I'm in bed by like 8:30 or 9.
Yeah.
It would be so
good.
What a great life it would be to live in a retirement community, man.
Apparently. They get fucking chocolate bingo and fucking...
The fuck is chocolate
exercise
bingo?
by the pool. I don't know. But I was like...
Well, how did you hear about chocolate bingo?
Because when I was selling electricity...
Sounds racist.
I walked into a retirement home thinking I'll sell some light and take advantage of the situation.
Of the old people? And
get some information, to throw my father in there. Well, I was using my father as an excuse to sell electricity.
That's hilarious.
So
no wonder you sucked at it. You are the worst. You're like a Bible salesman, John Goodman and fucking A Brother Where Art Thou, like just squishing toads and smacking people with a tree branch and taking their money.
So then
I'm here to share the word of God. Now give me all your fucking money while I knock you out.
Yeah. So then
lady, you're secretly a much worse person than I think you are, aren't you?
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't let you into my apartment anymore.
Maybe.
I'm getting nervous.
Okay.
It's been a while since you've been in jail. You're not going to be on probation anymore. You don't really have a reason to behave anymore. What are we going to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Run. I want to run away.
Okay. Well, you are a runner, so.
I haven't. Aww. Dude, I have not been running. I think I've run twice this week. And I intended to run every day. And I can't do it, man. There's just so much drama in the world lately. And then the yoga classes I got going on. Oh, it's so much to do. So much to do.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do it? Not having anything to do. Because I feel like when I've got 5 minutes to myself, I'm fucking going batshit.
Really?
Yeah. Well, how do you do it? I'm asking you legitimately. How is this?
It's a fucking person thing. Like if you're one of those people that has to stay busy all the fucking time, which I am whenever I start getting busy. I'm like if I get a job, I'm like, okay, no, I have to stay busy. But, I switched my mind off. So that mentality.
When, at birth?
No. No, I switched my mind off after my last job. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because, I'm making money while I sleep. So they call it. And then what happened? So, yeah, I mean, the thing that's keeping me busy is the fucking podcast and that Dr. Pill lady
you
was
can't
saying.
say that when you don't do shit for the podcast, Frank. You don't do shit for the podcast. Okay. I mean, I at least talk most of the time. Mm-hmm. And I upload and edit the video and the audio. What the fuck are you doing?
Okay.
Looking up topics. Mm-hmm. You bastard.
Okay.
You get no credit from me until you get your fucking laptop that you've been saying you're going to get for fucking 2 years now.
Okay, 2 years it's been.
Has it not?
Nope.
Okay, just shy of 2 years. When's our 2-year anniversary?
July.
July what?
20-something. I think the 23rd.
All right, so July 23rd. If we haven't doubled our audience, I quit.
Well, you announced it, so there you go. No, because you did jump back. First you said 5 years, and then you jumped to like
3.
yeah, 3.
Now it's 2.
Now it's 2.
Now I'm done.
And now
You know
you're
what?
done.
I'm just done now.
Okay.
This has been the last episode of the complete. No, the biggest motivation for me to continue doing this is you.
Okay.
Because I'm terrified on what's going to happen to you if we don't have this for you to do.
Uh-huh.
So, how's your depression been? Have you suffered from any depressive episodes?
No.
Does your medication just completely... Do you feel like it completely turns off emotions or it just helps you regulate?
No, yeah, help me regulate. Because, like, I'm indifferent about most things, but sometimes my fucking heart will skip a beat or I'll fucking feel that...
Well, that's an arrhythmia. You should see a doctor.
No, I don't know. I'm holding a glass and then suddenly it falls off my hands and I catch it. I'm like, whew. I feel that emotion, you know?
Well, that's just not having to clean up after yourself. When was the last time you felt sad about it? Like, genuinely upset?
A long ass time ago.
Being how long ago?
Well, I'm trying to remember. I think when my grandfather died, fucking 4 Christmases ago.
4 Christmases ago.
I think it was 4 Christmases ago. Probably 5. What are we? 2021? 2019, 18, 17. Oh, yeah. 17, 16.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How'd he die?
4 Christmases ago.
How'd your grandpa die?
Like this.
Oh, that's dark.
What? That's how he died.
For those of you just listening to this, he just dropped his head to the side, stuck his tongue out, and went, That's how he died. Like, yeah, you felt a lot of emotion that day, I could tell. Like, I'm emotional as shit. I feel like every other day I'm texting you like, hey, man, I'm sorry. I haven't fucking gotten to the podcast shit right now. I'm just going through a lot. I'm pretty depressed. And you're like, yeah. I was like, God, you're so empathetic. But I'm curious, what about ecstatic? When was the last time you were super excited about something? Happy?
I want to say it was Star Wars related. And then The Last Jedi happened. And I was like, fuck this.
The Mandalorian?
No, like
That
I
didn't excite
just
you?
watched The Mandalorian out of fucking, because you know the pod we talk about these kind of things, or at least we try to talk about these things. But yeah, it's just to stay up to date with fucking pop culture. That's the only reason why I watch The Mandalorian.
So you don't like it?
I like the idea of it, but I'm not totally
Well,
invested.
what's the idea of it?
It's a space western.
Okay, so just the concept, but
Yeah.
the actual storyline, what you see, doesn't entertain you?
No.
That really does it. I keep trying to like it too. I'm gonna be real with you. If it wasn't for Bill Burr, I probably would have stopped watching that after like the first season.
Yeah.
Because that was just not. It's so. Everything's so played out. There's nothing new to watch anymore. Everything is just recycled bullshit from other shit. Spaghetti westerns. You go back and watch those, you're basically watching The Mandalorian without jetpacks.
Yeah.
And, so we're repeating Space Jam for fuck's sake. Because we really needed to watch another Looney Tunes movie.
Yeah.
Like, as it was, we had the Brendan Fraser ones.
Yeah.
And, I kind of like those. Those weren't complete. But you know what? Rocky and Bullwinkle had already done that.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky and Bullwinkle, the live action Rocky and
Yeah.
Bullwinkle had already beat the Looney Tunes movies, no? Or did that come out after Looney Tunes?
No, it was between Back in Action and Space Jam, I think.
Damn, I love how you're on top of that shit you are. That's awesome. Back in Action, that's what it was called.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's the sequel to Space Jam. 'Cause
You know
it's
what, though?
Back in Action.
That's what I would like to see more. Like the Magicians and shit. Like where you take. I like sci-fi coming into reality because you could play with it a lot more.
Mhm.
All this fucking just. Why does everything have to teach you something, man? I like movies where everybody's miserable. Do you remember what the fuck was it? It's Salma Hayek and Alec Baldwin did a Christmas movie on Netflix a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah. It's called like Drunken Christmas or something. They're just a couple drunk parents and they're going through Christmas without their daughter and they lost their jobs because somebody ran off with their money or some shit, right? So they're trying to just get through this shitty Christmas and by the end of it they still have their jobs, they're still drunks and they're still pretty kind of shitty people. And I'm like, that's the kind of movie we need. Nobody learns a goddamn thing. It's just fucking entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to teach me how to be a human being. I'm living my fucking life. I don't need to watch other people go through theirs to figure out how I want my life to be. Like, I learned who I wanted to be as a kid, and I've been reaching for that ever since.
Yep.
I think that's what all of us should do. The problem is we start getting jaded by watching other people do quote unquote better than us because in movies they figure out their problems and solve them in an hour and a half period. Like, life isn't that fucking way, assholes. Like, most of these movies should be Greek fucking tragedies.
Yeah.
It should be Romeo and Juliet. It should be Othello. It should be fucking Macbeth.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should be dead and miserable by the end of their lives. That is just the facts of life.
Yeah.
Nobody sees somebody dies and is happy by the end of it.
Yep.
Like, but that's how all of our stories end. But we're all made to believe that we live happily ever after. It's like, okay, you might live happily ever more for the next fucking 24 hours until you stub your toe and you're pissed off again. Like, that's reality, man. I want to see the movies where they don't end it happily ever after.
Mm-hmm.
And not just horror movies.
Yeah.
Although horror movies could fucking end a little bit more depressing too. I'm tired of every fucking virgin surviving at the end. The virgin needs to be the first one to die. Let's face it. He's got the least to live for. It's not like he has anything that he's going to be missing after death because he's never enjoyed it.
Mm.
You know? Let the guys that's never enjoyed life fucking die.
Okay.
The fucking the football star who's fucking every cheerleader, let him live. He's enjoying his goddamn life. Why can't the happy people just continue to be happy? No, every story is about the most miserable fucking human being that you've ever fucking met on planet Earth. Fucking realizing that everybody around him is more miserable than him, and then he's happy the rest of his fucking day. I'm now a rich fucking multimillionaire fucking Bill Gates motherfucker. No, bitch. You are a sad little dweeb of a man who only has a wife because you make enough money for her to sit on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it wasn't for the cash in your pocket, you'd be just as miserable as the really fucking poor, gorgeous fucking football player.
Mm-hmm.
We're all fucking miserable.
Yeah.
I want everybody to just deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Quit thinking that the next door neighbor is happier than you. Quit thinking that the politician that's running your fucking city is happier than you. Quit thinking that the president of the United fucking States has all the power in the world and is happier than you. They are all fucking miserable. We're all fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Be okay with it. Because once you're okay with being miserable, you can actually be happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
There is happiness in misery.
Mm-hmm.
There is yin and yang. There is darkness in light.
Yep.
You need to be able to accept it all. It's all you people that can't fucking accept the pain in life that is causing this cancel culture. Like, you make me unhappy. I don't want you to live anymore. As a human being, as an entity, as a cartoon figure, you do not have the right to exist because you make me unhappy. It's like, that is life, motherfucker. Deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So you are the most human person I've ever met because you are the least happy.
Cool.
But you're also the least miserable, so I'm not sure if you're actually human.
Eh.
I need whatever you're on, man.
Okay. So it's risperidone and
Risperidone?
yeah.
That sounds made up.
No, it's risperidone. I'm like, isn't it Risperdal? And she's like, it's the same thing. I'm like, oh, okay. So
You're an asshole. You're correcting her pronunciation.
no, because she was explaining it to me that it's an antipsychotic, and I'm like, so isn't it Risperdal? She's no, it's the same thing. I'm like, isn't that the pill that gave guys fucking chick boobs? She's like, yeah, but not anymore. I'm like,
Had a hormone in it or something?
yeah. And I'm like, well, if I start growing,
There's side effects to happiness, you fucks. If you don't want the side effects, deal with your misery for a little while. I know it's hard. Dude, I've been through it. But you know what? Here I am talking all this shit when in reality, I don't know if it's just life experience that got me to fucking finally be content with, you know, the mundaneness and the everyday aspects of life, or if it really was that fucking massive dose of mushrooms I did.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to say it's the massive dose of mushrooms I did because it allows for an idea that there might be a solution to this fucking misery that we put ourselves through. And you need to remember that we are inundating our children with chemicals from the day they're born until the day they move out of our fucking house. Not just by giving them all those fucking vaccines that, you know, haven't been updated in fucking decades, or some of them that have and haven't been tested for long enough, or, you know, then we get to the foods that we feed our kids. Like, well, he's not latching onto the breast, so let's give him Similac. Let's give him a fake milk for him to digest. Let's he doesn't like water, so let's give him fruit juices at 5 years old. Pump him full of sugar. We're constantly just bombarding our children and ourselves with chemicals in one form or another. We're not meant to have fucking orange juice, guys. Orange juice isn't a normal thing. It's got more sugar than fucking hell all. Mm-hmm. But we drink it as if it's a healthy option to drinking a Coca-Cola first thing in the morning. Mm-hmm. And then you judge people for having a Diet Coke with their fucking Big Mac when you're having a glass of orange juice with your pancakes and syrup in the morning. But they're wheat pancakes. Like, bitch, it is a sugar delivery system you are shoveling into your mouth hole. Mm-hmm. Your face organ. Jesus. We're all fucked, people.
Yep.
Calling this the miserable podcast. I'm titling it miserable. Just miserable.
Yeah.
So why should we be happy?
Because then we'd find the value in life.
What's the value in life? To be happy, to be miserable, and for me, it's just the experience, man.
Yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason for all this shit. We're either an accident or we were preordained by a god, or we're all just strings on a fucking guitar that are being plucked at by a fucking alien. Who the fuck knows what we are? Mm-hmm. What we do know is we are here. And what are you going to do? Spend your whole time here just fucking focusing on the miserable? Mm-hmm. Focusing on the people that hurt you? Focusing on the things you lack? The things you're incapable of doing? Like, okay, so you have a shitty memory. I can't remember that I gotta fold the laundry after I do it. I forgot. I had to go clean the dishes, or I forgot that my coworker wanted me to go take care of this for him because I was busy doing my own job. I'm sorry. I have a terrible memory. I'm never gonna have a good memory. Write shit down. Mm-hmm. Simple solution. We all have $1 million fucking technology in our fucking hands called a cell phone. Set a voice memo to remind you every hour to check in on your dogs or your fish, whatever the fuck it is. Like, there are solutions to every stupid problem we have, but we focus on the problem instead of the potential for the solution.
Yep.
And for me, right now, the only solution I see to everybody's fucking misery is to just learn to be okay with being miserable. Mm-hmm. Quit expecting a Disney movie. Cancel every fucking Disney movie. We're talking about cancel culture. You want to cancel shit? Cancel happy endings.
Okay.
That way people stop fucking expecting them. And when they do happen to happen for you, you can truly appreciate it. Because you're like, oh my God, I can be happy? Wow! Instead of thinking, oh my God, I'm happy, but I'm not that happy. Mm-hmm. Like, bitch, eat the fucking meal in front of you. And be happy you're not wiping your ass with the same hand you're eating with. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You have toilet paper. You want to just take a hose and rinse it down over a hole like they do in fucking India or these fucking third world fucking countries or parts of the world that don't have fucking sewage? We have billions of things to be grateful for. And all we do is focus on the negative. You political bastards, you fucking educated fucking snot-nosed little rat bastards, man. We all suck. You suck. Everybody fucking sucks. Be happy. Mm-hmm. I don't know what else to say, Frank.
Well, you said a lot.
I do that from time to time.
Yeah. I think you just needed to let it out of your chest.
It was out of my mouth, actually.
Yeah, but just...
Off my chest, out of my mouth.
Just blow some steam.
I'm not blowing anybody. I don't know anybody named Steam either.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, what do you have? I see you have your tablet there. Was there anything on there that we haven't covered the last couple episodes?
Yeah. Well. Okay. Since I got you talking about fucking misery as happiness, there's a trend going on, right? Well, I say it's a trend, but maybe you won't see it as a trend.
Just fucking spit it out.
That sad single women are now marrying themselves.
Woo! Okay, so that's fine. Because we used to see that in the 1800s and early 1900s. You'd have the spinsters, right? The people that quote unquote chose to be lifelong spinsters. They didn't want a man, didn't need a man. Oftentimes they were either lesbians, asexual, or too fucking ugly and bitchy and ugly personalities to get a man. I don't mean physically ugly, because let's be honest, we all know that really ugly guy or that really ugly girl that somehow got married and is living happy, has kids and all. Has nothing to do with looks. That's not what I'm talking. I mean, you're just an ugly person. Yeah, what do we call them now? Well, what do you call the male version of this? Incels.
Oh, yeah.
Involuntary celibates.
Yeah.
So, yes, you're going to have some that choose to be alone, that are just asexual. They're not actually attracted to anybody. That's fine. I see that as regular and as normal as homosexuality, as heterosexuality, as trans sexuality, pansexuality, all this shit. It's all normal. I think all of this is normal. If you're not attracted to anybody and you find being by yourself is a better way to live, that's fine. Why the fuck do you have to make it a marriage to yourself? You commit to yourself?
Because the most common story of how women end up marrying themselves is that they have this wedding planned, right? But then the wedding falls through for whatever reason. The groom is like, it's not going to work out, or, whatever the
fuck. Well, that's a different thing altogether, Frank.
And then the woman is like, well, you know what? Why shouldn't I marry myself?
It's not a marriage. They're just not wasting all the fucking thousands of dollars they put towards this party. Mm. They're like, well, the groom's out, but we already put all the money down and I still want the gifts. So show up for a party, everyone. I spent $5,000 on you. It's $100 a plate or a gift, whichever you choose. Uh-huh. Which, honestly, I wish I had done that for my fucking wedding.
Marry yourself?
No, I wish I had told everybody we needed fucking... we should have charged per plate for the people that showed up. Uh-huh. But then again, we would have had less people show up. As it was, we had like, what, a dozen? 2 dozen?
Yeah.
It was nice, though.
Yeah, it was.
It was a very expensive dinner that I took my wife out to, is all it was. But hey, she enjoyed it. Her father got to walk her down the aisle. That's all it was about.
Yeah.
But we could have done that for free.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you live and learn. Now I'm still in this apartment instead of a nice house that I could have put all that money towards the down payment to.
Yep.
Oh, well. Yeah. What about you? So you still believe in no marriage? Would you marry yourself?
No.
No? Why not? Even if you could throw a big barbecue and tell everybody, come to my wedding. It's a big barbecue. And never tell anybody who you're getting married to. Just sign up your wedding registry, get them to bring the gifts, and then they show up and they're like, I'm here to marry myself because I don't believe in marriage between a man and... That's another thing. How can they go through with the wedding? Because most weddings are a religious thing. So This isn't happening through church. Church isn't letting them continue with marrying themselves, right?
Probably not.
Because it's between a man and a woman. And that's gay if you marry yourself. Can't do that in church.
Yeah, the ceremony is that you get somebody to hold a mirror up to you. And
Shut the fuck up.
Yes! And then you say, your vows to yourself, and then you end up kissing your reflection. And now you're married to yourself.
No. I don't think I would consent to myself.
Oh, well, to each their own.
Like, have you ever masturbated and felt bad about it afterwards?
No.
That's rape. You've raped yourself.
Cool.
It's like these women and men, they admit that they want to have sex. They're asked, do you want to have sex? And then afterwards they're like, well, he had a position of authority. I'm not really sure I was comfortable saying yes then. Like, well, you consented at the time. Yeah. How can you take away consent post-coitus?
Yeah.
Like after the fact or months later, because now you realize that they were a shitty person 10 months into the relationship or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, well, he lied to me about who he was, or she was actually 20 pounds heavier, but she had one of those waist trainers on. Then one day I saw her without it. I feel like she took advantage of me. Like, at what point is it okay to go in reverse? When can the guy claim that the girl is misled him and
was a case.
He doesn't consent?
There was a case, I think it was in Japan, where a man married a woman, right? A beautiful woman.
And then she took off the makeup, right?
Close. And then they had 3 kids. and all 3 kids were fucking ugly. And the guy was like, what the fuck is going on? You know, I'm pretty, you're pretty, our kids should be beautiful. And it turns out that the woman had so much plastic surgery, she looked entirely different.
Okay.
So the guy ended up suing her.
Because she never disclosed that she...
Yeah.
Well, now think about it, though. If you went to go donate sperm,
Mm-hmm.
and you were born, you know, arguably ugly,
Mm-hmm.
you know, generally ugly. What is ugly nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's ugly now. We're all beautiful, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say you're ugly and you get all this surgery, and then you go to donate sperm, and they take a headshot of you so that they could see what the person looks like that they're getting their donation from for artificial insemination. And if they don't disclose that they had plastic surgery, and that same thing happens, is there a case? Which I would argue there is a case, right? Because part of the family's decision might be like, well, look, this guy happens to have the same hairline as you and the same eyes and the same cheekbone structure as you. So he'll actually kind of look like us. You know, the child will actually look like us in the end. And then you find out that it was actually a 4-foot tall Filipino guy who had his skin bleached and stretched his legs out for the last 5 years and ended up dyeing his hair blonde and bleaching his skin. And he's, you know, you end up with a tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white-skinned dude in the picture, but he was born a Filipino. Like, how do you... Yeah, so is there an argument for the guy in this situation who gets married to the woman in that same situation? Is it up to them to disclose their medical history?
Maybe.
Is it just as bad as her getting married to him and not telling him that she has an STD?
Probably.
Because that's a legal issue.
Yeah.
If you have sex with somebody and don't disclose knowingly that you have STDs that you're passing on to them, you can be sued for that as well, for negligence or something, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I heard that once.
Yeah.
Of course, this is a completely inappropriate podcast, everybody. We are not fucking experts. If you're coming to us for news, don't do it. We're here to entertain you. Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not.
So what else have we got going on, man? Wait, hold on. What are your thoughts on that, though?
Oh, what? The women marrying themselves?
No, on the guy suing the chick for having plastic surgery and never disclosing it.
I think, yeah, there probably is a case, you know, because you weren't honest, and that disclosure could have made the whole difference whether they get married or not.
What do you say if you're the judge? Whose side would you fall on there? If you had to make that call right now, would you side on the side of the guy or the woman? Would you just say, well, my medical history is nothing for you to know about. It's a private thing between me and my doctor. But in that case, again, keeping in mind STDs and the effects it has on your children.
But wouldn't that come up in conversation? Not necessarily
No.
something that you bring up on a first date.
No, it was several years after me and my wife got married that I realized like how much cancer and diabetes actually runs in both sides of our family.
Mm-hmm.
But I never openly disclosed it with her, not intentionally. In casual conversation, it may have come up, but that's something, you know, a lot of people are concerned about that. Some people pick who they marry and who they have kids with based on their medical history because they are terrified of going through something like having a child with Down syndrome or autism. In my case, I've got a child with autism. If me and my wife separated and somebody found that out and was like, well, I'm not really comfortable in this relationship because if we have a kid, it might have autism based on your history of having children. Like, well, okay, that's your choice. If that matters more to you than the relationship you have with me and our potential future together, then we definitely shouldn't be together. Mm-hmm. The relationship is two people coming together. You're supposed to become one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not sharing everything, you're being disingenuous. You're adding more wedges to the system. You're adding more speed bumps to the road of your life together.
Yep.
So, which is fine, but if you have confidence in your support and shocks in your vehicle, but you know, if you're driving a jalopy and going over a road with that many potholes on it, you might expect to break down at some point. That was a weird allegory there, or whatever it's called, but yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Frank, entertain me then. You're giving me nothing. You are not helping me out at all with this entertainment factor.
Cool.
I'm just gonna hit you from now on. I'm not a physical being, but I will start getting physical with you. You are upsetting me.
So, anyways,
Been carrying this fucking podcast for a year and a half now.
So-
Jesus fucking Christ.
while I was jotting these things down, I was like, why is it that it's mostly fucking topics concerning women? And it turns out
Because nobody cares about men.
it's Woman History Month.
Oh.
Or Female History Month, one of the two. But anyways, so then with that being said,
Caitlyn Jenner, number one.
no, close. I better fucking take advantage and lay this on the table before we run out of time. But apparently the San Diego Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego is started training females alongside with male recruits.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a big historic event. And I was thinking, I'm like, that is a bad idea.
Why?
Because, guys are going to jump over to the girls' barracks and the girls'
Well,
barracks,
have you? I mean, we've already seen the fort. What fort is it where there are so many rape cases and then murders going on?
Yeah, here at Fort Hood.
Yeah, in Fort Hood, some guy was. Did they ever catch the person who was doing it?
Yeah, one of them committed suicide, hung himself.
Yeah, but there was like a group, right? It's
Yeah.
like there's cases of this happening in Fort Hood. They're not even training together. They're in separate barracks and everything, right? Like they're not.
Yeah, so the commanding officer in Fort Hood was relieved shortly after that, and I still heard things going on in Fort Hood, but I haven't heard anything going on in Fort Hood as of late. So maybe changes were made.
Yeah, because they found like 2 or 3 women dead in the forested area surrounding Fort Hood, raped and murdered. God damn, this podcast gets so dark sometimes.
Right.
I don't know how to spin this out, man.
So then, yeah, because I had heard stories from the Navy guys that in the Navy boot camp, the guys would sneak over to the girls, and the girls would sneak over to the guys because it's across the hall.
Yeah, they need to set this up like fucking Catholic school, man. Just one school for the girls, one school for the guys. But then what do you do with the transgendered and the homosexuals?
Yeah. So it turns out.
Then they end up getting the brunt of the.
Yeah, it turns out that
Worst
it's not intermingled. What it is that it's you got one company of men and one company of females. And when they go and they do their training outdoors, when they do their exercises and the fucking obstacle course and
Then that's all together?
shit. Yeah, but it's still separated. It's like the males here and the females here, just alongside, not intermixed.
Well, that doesn't make sense either, though. Because in war, if something goes on, you're not going to worry about just sticking with the girls and just sticking with the guys. You're going to have to intermingle at times, too. You have to learn to work together, to communicate together, and to respect each other, and to trust that you have each other's backs. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, if you're going to have men and women in the military, they need to train together. You can't train them separate like that. The living situation needs to be separated,
right?
But you're just not going to eliminate. It's just like public school. It's just like private school, Catholic school. It's all the same shit. This is humanity. It's the human race. You're not going to fucking fix any problems by separating people. It's just segregation of one form or another. We're just there's too much to fix and too many incapable people trying to fix it.
Yeah. So there's that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's what I saw. And also to celebrate, what's it called? Women's History Month. Twitch,
Yay.
of all fucking organizations.
What?
Yeah, Twitch.
The
app,
game streaming site.
Decided to say Happy Women's History Month, whatever, but women was spelled with an X. Instead of an MEN, it's MXN. Which is
mixing?
It's still women, but it's just with an X instead of with an E.
So that it pertains to anybody who identifies as a woman now?
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
That's the
It's
idea.
like Latinx, like
right. And
not Latinos, not Latinos, Latinx.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
and
sure.
so then a lot of transsexual, transgendered, what are they called? Users weren't too happy with it because they went through all that, to finally be included in the fucking women fucking category.
The grass is always greener on the other fucking side, right?
And then adding an X to women, fucking, they feel it separates them
diminishes
again.
it.
Yeah, like, okay, they're fucking transgendered, not fucking women, not female, transgendered.
I'm sick of it all.
Yeah.
I don't think I can have these conversations anymore.
Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna have to vet every single one of these topics from now on because we're not having any more episodes like this, man. I'm not gonna be so fucking upset every time we sit down. I'm tired of fucking lecturing myself and yourself and the people listening. That's not what this podcast was supposed to be about, and that's what it's become. Is just fucking you pissing me off until I lecture the whole fucking episode.
Cool.
So what we're gonna do now is get together and talk about what we're. It's got to be funnier.
Okay.
It's got to be funnier.
Okay. That went straight to the mic.
I hope that part got picked up on the mic because that's what I want more of. Potty humor. Oh my God. Woo! My beef's strong, bro. All right, this has been another episode of the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. We've got to end it here, and I've got to go check myself. Find us at CI Podcast on Instagram and Completely Inap on Twitter. We gotta end this. Frank, what do we tell the people?
Be excellent to each other.
Find you happy. Try to be better today than you were yesterday. And try and keep your underwear clean, guys. Much love. Take it easy. Bye. From the moment he likes bye. Say bye.